I don't know if I'll step back on the court and really like play, because I don't ever want that to happen again. That injury hurt extremely bad, and I'm like still psychologically, like when I think back about it, it's still like I kind of cringe at it. I'm sure eventually I will, just because I've been playing since second grade, but I'm going to have to really, you know, get through my rehab and ease back into it, because as of right now, kind of scared to get back on there.
That was one of our worst games, because we did lose a big part of our team.
I didn't expect the senior year to end like this. I mean, after 4 years of what this class has been through, it sucks to go out that way.
I think if we'd finished in the top 2 or 3, she might have been a candidate for Player of the Year in the conference.
I mean, it was hard. Definitely wasn't fun. Went home crying every night because I want to play, but you know, nothing I could do to change it. It's just hard, you know, not to have those girls, you know, there every day, you know, or going into practice and, you know, we'd get yelled at because we're goofing off and not focusing, but those are the days, you know, that I'll miss.
People looked at her as a leader, and she never gave up.
I've grown with the way that she's been just telling me things.
And just what she brought to the gym every day, that we'll miss most.
You know, I know my determination and how much I love the game, that I know that it won't stop me forever, just for a little bit. You know, I remember starting that game and in warm-ups, something didn't feel right. I don't think I had one kill that whole game. And, you know, we came out of this timeout and we were up, you know, game point.
I think it was 24-20 or 24-22. So, I mean, if she would have gotten the kill, we would have won.
I remember going up to hit, and I remember seeing the block and my like hand hitting, but when I landed, I felt my knee just buckle. I felt it sway to the right, sway to the left, and I instantly just like fell down like a building and just hit the ground.
As soon as Missy goes down, I'm like, just be your ankle, please just be your ankle. And then I saw her holding her knee, and I knew that something was really wrong.
Normally when she falls, she'll get back up and she's fine, but this time she was just, I mean, she was sobbing. Like, you knew she was just in throbbing pain. And I mean, it was really sad to know that she wasn't getting back up.
And then once I got over there and watched the interaction between her and the trainer, it was pretty obvious that it was going to be potentially a season-ending injury. And it was tough not to just stop right there and cry.
I remember the play was still going on, and I heard cheering, and I remember like looking over to see if we won, you know, the point, and ultimately that would have won the game. And of course I saw the other team cheering, and I just laid there and I was like, you know, you've got to be kidding me. You know, the coaches came over, trainers came over, and I knew it was not good. I thought I was afraid to look at my knee.
Developing storyline from that second set, Missy Hundelt, the reigning Horizon League Offensive Player of the Week, was helped off the floor. We don't have an update as to her availability, but it did not look good.
I couldn't walk off, you know, I just knew it wasn't good from there, but I tried to have a positive attitude. I stayed with my friend Casey that night. We tried to self-diagnose myself with something way less of a injury, and but unfortunately it was an ACL tear versus our diagnosis of a sprained knee.
It's hard to complain when we did things that we didn't do the year before, and you did them without one of your best all-around players. So I think the team responded very well.
I mean, obviously it was really hard. We lost our best all-around player. Missy was a big factor in serve receive, digging, hitting, our go-to. We lost a leader. She was a vocal leader. I mean, we lost a huge player.
You know, once we kind of got past the initial shock, I think the team, you know, dealt with it really well. You know, like we said, Michelle came in and hit, you know, did great, hit a heavy ball. I think she took, you know, my spot and handled it great. You know, I don't think she could have done better.
She was our go-to player. She was a great passer, and that's something that we needed. And I think that we would have done better if she would have been with us.
I think that being such a big loss, that we handled it pretty well. Like, a lot of people expected us to, kind of fall apart, and I think we proved them wrong.
Just by being off the court, it definitely wasn't fun. It was hard, but I think I haven't found the silver lining yet, but I'm still searching for it. I know there was a reason, and I still tried. I went to practice every day. I went on, every trip, and I still tried to be that vocal leader. When I was recruited here, I've never even really heard of Youngstown State, but I fell in love. I was recruited by Coach Bonner and Darcy, and they got me on the campus right away. So I fell in love with both the coaches, the team, and that was really the main reason why I came here, was the team.
I mean, the first time I met Missy here, I just knew, she's just such a good person, and I knew we just clicked it like right when we met.
The first practice, she was just nailing balls left and right. She really encouraged me to do better volleyball-wise.
I figured when I kept comparing it back, all the other schools to Youngstown, I was like, you know what, this is the right fit for me, and and I think it was. With having such a big, freshman class coming in with me, we all were able to bond together, and I think that's what got myself through, what got all the other people in my grade.
I really looked up to her, and I looked up to all the girls, because we wouldn't be where we are today without having those 2 freshman years to show us that we don't want to lose, we want to win.
DeAmbrose sets it up for Hundelt, who just rifles a right hand.
We just fought, and there were several times where all of us were like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? We debating quitting. But we all stuck through it, and everybody was so close.
We were able to become such good friends and lean on each other that when times got rough, we came to each other instead of, going away and, maybe quitting or transferring elsewhere.
I really just think it made us stronger towards the end, you know what I mean? And just all those experiences, we stuck together as a team, and it really did make us stronger and better friends, I think.
Missy was the first person to contact me when I got the job. She contacted me a couple of days after I took the job. So I was very impressed with that. She sent me an email.
Kind of one to introduce myself, and then when Coach came in, I was going to be a junior, and I wanted to let him know, it wasn't easy when I came in freshman year and didn't know anyone, so I wanted to let him know, hey, I'm a captain, if you need anything, let me know.
And so I was pretty excited that we had a leader who was proactive and was reaching out, and seemed like she wanted to get things going right away.
I would want that if I was going in somewhere, and I hope it made him feel good, and just I want him to know that, I'm here, and, hopefully he can count me as the captain, if he, decided he wanted to keep me as a captain for when he was here. Each coach has their different philosophy, and it's, what works and what doesn't work, and I think, definitely with Coach Hardaway, it definitely clicked with our personality as a team. We all came together and said, let's finish these last 2 years. We know we can. We know we can win. So once we all meshed together, it, was no stopping.
There's Ryan. And the Penguins seal the deal. Win it 25-16. They get the sweep, 3-0.
The attitudes were good, and their work ethic was good, and they wanted to win. So really, it was just that they bought into what we were doing right away. And so I was very happy with the first season. I think they made some great strides on the court.
Always got a smile on his face, and always just trying to make us better. He does a lot for the team. And
being able to go from a losing season to a winning season was just something that I think we all just loved, and I think we just fed off of it, and I think that's why we did so much better even this year because we knew we wanted to win.
By him coming in and us gaining our confidence, it turned the program and turned our attitudes around.
There's Hobbs getting it over. There is Ziegler. Now it's Hundelt. Yes.
We were very predictable offensively. They set a lot of balls to Missy and a lot of balls to left front, and we were trying to break that habit. So the initial move was just to get them to set the ball somewhere else, and since Missy was Casey's favorite target, switching Missy to right side helped Casey become more consistent with her sets to right front.
And then when Mark moved me out there, I was like, okay, well, I guess if there's two coaches telling me, I guess maybe I should, embrace it a little bit. And then I found out that I could run slides the whole time, which that was my go-to hit.
Especially for me going from middle to right side, I didn't like it either. But I feel like she played a big role on the right side, and I think it really helped us.
People didn't know that we were going to be setting right side, so it was kind of threw teams off at first, and then we started mixing up our offense more. And yeah, she did. She was very successful on the right side too. And
so when I found out I could run slides the whole time, I was totally okay with the right side and loved it. And I wish I would have moved out there way ahead of time, or way before last year. But overall, I'm glad I moved to the right side.
Illinois, number 11, Casey D'Ambrose. On the right side, a senior from St. Louis, number 14, Missy Hundelt.
She didn't even know she got it. She wasn't even, she knew she was close, but she got it. She was like, oh wow, I did.
When he called me over, I was like, he was handing me this ball, and I'm like, what is this? And he's like, it's the game ball here. And I'm like, well, why? Why am I getting it? And he said, I got my 1,000th hit or kill.
I know we wanted to stop the match right when she got it, but it was in the last few points of the match, and we didn't want to stop a match in the last few points. So I was happy we were able to stop though, and we pulled the game ball and presented it to her.
I'm kind of glad I didn't know. I was playing, and that's kind of, I played, because I love the game. And so when I found out I got the award, I had no clue, and I was surprised just along with everybody else.
She definitely deserves it. She's been playing since freshman year, and that's a goal to accomplish for her.
Would have accomplished so much more if she wasn't robbed of her last half a year, but she was, it was just an awesome experience for her and the team.
Well, when I knew I was, done for the year, I would kind of joke around with Coach, hey, put me in for one last serve, and then I'd be like, well, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I, would love to.
And I'm definitely not one to say, hey, just because you're a senior, you get to play on senior night, because it is still about winning the match. But the more I thought about it, I just felt like she really deserved to be on the court again.
I got the approval from the doctor and my trainer. And so I talked to the coach that day, or I think he actually decided the night before on Friday night. He asked me, do you want to serve? And I was like, yes I do.
And in for the Penguins, number 14, Missy Hundelt. She recently suffered an ACL tear, but we are celebrating senior night here for the Penguins, so Coach Hardaway is going to get her a chance to come in.
I look over at Casey, and she's crying, and me and Jenna are just standing there looking at each other, and I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. I was just in shock that, oh, she's actually coming in and she is gonna do this.
Everybody started crying on the court. It was just really emotional. We miss our friend on the court. We miss her talent on the court. So the fact that she was able to come in for one last time, it was really important to all of us. It was a really special game.
The minute I walk on the court, I see, Casey and a few other people starting to tear up, and great, now how am I supposed to serve when I'm about to tear up? But to me, it was an accomplishment just to get out there,
And I remember when I told her that, hey, yeah, you're going to get to go in and serve. I'm willing to give up the 1 point that we're going to lose when you serve, just to get you on the floor, and then the team will just have to play harder to make up for it. And her response was, well, I'm just going to serve an ace, so you're not giving up anything, Coach.
Playing with 5 players on the court as Hundelt stands behind the server line. And they get the point. As Green Bay can't come up with it.
I was able to go out there, and initially it was just supposed to be one serve, and I convinced them to let me, if I kept getting points, to leave me in, but I got two, or one. I got one, but I got to serve 2 times, so.
Just, I think all of us finally realizing, like, this is it, this is our last time playing on this court, and it's something that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives.
The whole point was to let her be with her teammates one more time and to let the fans recognize her, because I know it's senior night and they all go out there, but still it's a lot different than going on the court and having the fans give her a standing ovation. I think they recognize what she meant to the program and kind of what she lost.
Hallie, one of my teammates, she told me, she's like, Miss, you had a standing ovation. I didn't even know that. I went off the court, my back was turned to the fans, so I didn't know that. When I found that out, I'm honored, that just shows how close the Penguin family, Penguin fans and all the supporters really are, and, I'm thankful of that. I did have that and all the support, because, it really did mean a lot to me that I had that. There was no greater feeling. I came off the court and I was just so proud to be on the team, proud to serve, proud to be there. Everything happens for a reason, so, there's something better out there that, this is why it happened, and there's got to be some meaning to it. Program around the past 2 years. 7-51 their first 2 years here.